Hi guys, we are in the UAE, renting a car again and exploring the country. This time we are not going cheap, we rented a Mini Cooper. If you ask me if there's any difference in driving and renting a car in the UAE from any other countries, I would say yes, there is. It's our 10th time visiting the UAE and only now we got to rent a car. And this is what I'm gonna tell you about right now. So yeah, we rented a Mini Cooper S, a bright red convertible. It's a model from 2024, almost brand new. The rental price is $100 per day, including full insurance. However, there is an $800 deductible and a mileage limit of 750 kilometers for 3 days. Additionally, at the end of the rental period, we will need to pay extra for possible fines, for toll roads, and an extra car wash fee of $20. I will summarize all the costs at the end of the video. In general, if you're not picky about the type of car, rental prices in the UAE start at just $30 per day, and the gas is extremely cheap. And luxury cars like Mustang or Dodge start at 110 or 120 per day, US dollars of course, while a Porsche will cost you about $250 per day. Mini Cooper is a perfect car for Dubai and the UAE. First of all, it's really compact, it's maneuverable, making it perfect for navigating the 8-lane roads. Plus, it looks so stylish and cool against the backdrop of Dubai skyscrapers. We rented it for 3 days, drove all 750 kilometers and spent around 100 dirhams. It's about $30 for fuel. Okay, where to rent a car in the UAE? There are tons of options. However, whenever possible, we rent on local rent if the service is available in the country. And yeah, local rent works in Dubai and in the UAE in general. I absolutely love it because you can rent a car without a deposit, or at least make a cash deposit. Plus they have the real pictures of the cars and their customer support is super responsive. I'll leave the link in the description below, just check it. I really love local rent. And if they are not available in the country, then we use discovercars.com. What do you need to rent a car in Dubai? First of all, it's an international driving permit along with your national driver license. An IDP is not a plastic card, it's a grey booklet. And driving without it in the UAE can result in a really hefty fine of 10,000 dirhams. It's about 2,700 US dollars. And many people forget that an IDP is valid only for 3 years, so check before your trip. And of course, you need a passport or ID and a banking card. If you are not booking through local rent, then you will need a credit card with embossed letters. The rental company will freeze a deposit on this card, and also it has to be in the name of the person who rents the car. And also note the minimum driver's age, which is typically around 25 years old. What about driving in UAE and especially in Dubai? The most important thing is the toll roads in Dubai, or Salik. I think they pronounce it this way. Anyway, there are many toll roads in Dubai, but the good news is you can avoid them. We used a toll road once to get to Al Mamzar beach near Sharjah, but on our way back we used the regular free roads. Actually, you can enable the avoid the toll roads filter in the navigation apps. Surprisingly, the estimated travel time was the same for both routes. I think that the free roads are easier to drive on, possibly due to the lower speed limits, around from 800 kilometers per hour to 100 kilometers per hour. Tolls are automatically deducted through the transponders, so there are no toll booths or barriers, and at the end you'll need to pay for all the saliks you drove through. How much do they cost? Starting from 2025, the toll rates will vary based on the time of day, and it's from 4 to 6 dirhams per toll gate. And from midnight to 6 a.m. the tolls are free. However, there are peak hours when they are the most expensive. It's from the 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. and from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. The speed limits. In Dubai, the speed limit is often 80 kilometers per hour, and on the toll roads it can go up to 110 kilometers per hour. And also there is a minimum speed limit, so you have to drive at least 60 kilometers per hour or you can get fined. And also, anywhere in the UAE except Abu Dhabi, you can legally exceed the speed limit by up to 20 kilometers per hour and not getting fined. But again, this rule doesn't apply to Abu Dhabi. You have to strictly follow the road signs you see. No exceeding speed limits. Outside cities, on highways, the speed limits can reach up to 120 kilometers per hour plus the exceeding limit, and you get 140 kilometers per hour. Road signs are both in English and Arabic, and it might be confusing at first, but you'll get used to it pretty quickly. And also there's a great navigation app available, and it's not Google Maps. Local roads are excellent both in the cities and on highways, not a single pothole. And all roads have divided traffic lanes. What's truly mind-blowing in Dubai are the multi-level interchanges and 8-lane highways. A couple of times we missed an exit and had to drive an extra 10-15 minutes to get back on track. That's the downside of Dubai's road infrastructure. We tried also to avoid rush hour when these 8-lane roads get really packed. The driving etiquette in Dubai, as I call it. My impression is that because of the really long traffic lights and the need to quickly merge into the correct lane, it means that you really have to push your way in when you need to move to the next lane. Nobody will let you in just like that. Drivers often honk, but they use the turn signals, of course, because there is a fine for that. Overall, the driving is organized, but the need to be always focused together with the interchanges, it can be really stressful. There are also some aggressive drivers who will tailgate and flash their lights to make you move. Next is parking, my favorite. If you're staying in Dubai, make sure your hotel offers parking. We chose Mercury Al Barsha Heights and Atana hotels, and both of them has valet parking. It's free for guests and costs about 60 dirhams for non-guests. My experience after valet parking is always check your car after every time. And if you're visiting Dubai for a short time, like from the other Emirates, shopping malls are your best bet for parking. Dubai Mall, Mall of the Emirates, and Marina Mall, all of them offer 4 hours of free parking, and they're located near the major attractions. And large attractions like Safari Park or the Green Planet, the Global Village, they have the free parking on spot. By the way, I have a really cool post on things to do in Dubai and what to see, so check it out in the description. There are also public parking spots like at Mustang Beach or Kite Beach in Dubai, and they cost around 4 dirhams per hour. Payment is usually made through SMS, but foreign numbers often don't work. And if you're using a parking meter, you'll need coins. And also there's an app from RTA where you can pay for your parking if it's available. Public parking spots in Dubai cost from 4 dirhams per hour. They are free from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. and also on Sundays and all major public holidays. In other Emirates, parking is much easier. For example, in Sharjah, it costs like 2 dirhams per hour, while some organized parking spots can charge 10 dirhams per hour, but you have to pay to a person working there. In Ras Al Khaimah and Fujairah, there are plenty of free spots, so no problem at all. And one little thing to know is that in Sharjah, the weekend falls on Friday, not Sunday, as in other Emirates. Change of the background. Okay, what else I wanna add? I wouldn't recommend you driving in Dubai Marina because of the constant traffic jams, extremely narrow roads, and no parking near the beach. If we go to Dubai Marina, we usually take a taxi, but even then we have to sometimes get out of the car in the middle of the road because of the really heavy traffic jams. Parking garages here usually charge 20 dirham per hour, but Marina Mall has free parking for 3 or 4 hours. And in terms of the apps for driving in Dubai, use Waze, W-A-Z-E. It's a perfect app for Dubai. It shows you all turns, exits, and it will get you exactly where you need to go. Do not use Google Maps. They are not that good, although Waze was acquired by Google a few years ago. Waze also tells you about the speed cameras, which are plentiful in Dubai roads. Next is the fines. The fines in the UAE are extremely high, and one of the first stories I heard at the rental office was about the guy who just got a ticket for 1,000 dirhams. It's about $300 for not wearing a seatbelt. Speed cameras again are everywhere, almost every 500 meters on the major highways, and also you can meet a police patrol. And I will read some popular fines which you can get if you violate some rules. So, jumping a red light is 1,000 dirhams or $300. Using a mobile phone while driving, from 400 dirhams. Tailgating or dangerous overtaking is 400 dirhams and up to 1,000 dirhams. And overtaking a stop school bus is 1,000 dirhams. So basically 1,000 dirhams is an average fine in the UAE. $300, be ready to fork out. What about the gas stations? They have Super, which stands for 95, and Special Gas, which stands for 98. It costs around 2.8 dirhams per liter, which is less than $1. Gas prices are set monthly by the government here, so they can either increase or decrease. And at the gas stations, they might offer to clean your windshield or wash your car, and if you're renting it, you're better to refuse, because anyway, they might scratch it. If you're traveling around the country, just take a note that the gas stations are rare and the rest areas are non-existent. Also, there are not many food options when you're moving between the Emirates, but since the distances here are so short, I think you can deal with it. So you have a rental car and the question is where to go. Having a car is really convenient for Dubai if you want to visit the far located places like the theme parks or safari park or Dubai Village. Also, you can take a trip to Abu Dhabi to visit Louvre, and I have a post about my experience at Louvre. I will leave the link below in the description. And Ferrari World, an extremely cool theme park. I think it's my favorite in the UAE. Sharjah, Ras Al Khaimah and Fujairah are good for some history exploration. However, the landscapes when you move between the Emirates along the highways aren't particularly inspiring. It's just power plants, sandy dunes with dry vegetation, construction sites and excavations. So I guess I covered everything. We just returned our car and we got 0 fines. We're good, guys. But we had to pay 25 dirhams for toll roads. And what I found out while driving is that sometimes, even if you enable avoid the toll road filter in the app, you just can take the wrong exit. The app will show you the new way, however it will be on the toll road, just because there's no other way. And that's how we got this 25 dirhams check. So renting a car in Dubai is a good idea. I think we could do it a bit earlier, not on our 10th time in the city. And feel free to ask any questions in the comments, and see you later. And do not forget to check my travel blog tripwiz.com. See ya!